everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Lizzie. This is a surprise. I had a little bit of energy, so I'm popping on here for a reading. Sorry about my hair. I had a hat on. I tried to do something with it. Anyway, I don't know what kind of reading we're doing. Let's get into it. I went to work and I found out I'm learning something else. So I started a new job today. It just moved me. I mean, not just me. There was like 6 of us. They do that sometimes. I'm like, alright, let's take these 6 people. Now you're going to learn this. Okay. It only helps me get more money in my paycheck when it's time for a raise. The more you know, the more you get paid. So, I'm like, okay. My body's dying. Because although I don't have to go up and down the stair. Oh, I had 3 stairs in my last job. Now I have 2 stairs. So I lost a stair. That's great. My butt's going to be happy. It's like up and down, up and down, up and down. But I don't use the ladder much because I kind of like have a stage now. Like I have to step up and I close myself in. It's like a platform and the robot pulls up and I'm picking what is needed to fill orders to send down to the packers. So it tells me exactly what I need to pick. So I'm like up off the ground so I'm not as short. So I don't need so many stairs. Let's start with some advice for you. Anyway, I hope your day was good. Or will be good. Because you're not all night shifts like me. I know it's morning for you right now, but I work night shifts, so it's late for me. Ooh, beauty ritual. This is about somebody wanting to change their body or work on themselves. I'm feeling like this is somebody who's like a parent who just never has time for themselves, or just like me who's just like, I'm totally not into my nails. Like, I put makeup on today. I did what day. It's like we just don't have time in this collective. And I kind of feel like that's your vibe. Like, I want to change how I've been doing things, and I want to put time into myself. I want to get back into doing my nails every week. And if you're a man, like, maybe you have a beard, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go get my beard trimmed. And, you know, one of them, I don't know what they do for men, but I see the place where you can go in and, like, I don't know, have your beard waxed. I don't know, what do they do in there? I'm so curious. It's not like a barber shop, but it's like a place in the mall, but it's just for people with beards, and they like put stuff on it, and you can like buy stuff to groom your beard. I did not know these places existed. Go you, man. I mean, I live in a cold climate. Like, if it was appropriate for women to have beards and I could grow one, I'd fucking have one. Because my face would be warm. Jealous. I look at men with thick beards and I'm over here freezing. Like, this is bullshit. Alright. Meditate, intuition, and take a walk. Something's in your claw in your mind space. You're very heavy into your mind about something or someone. I just feel like either you're overthinking, and meditating is just a way to shut your brain off altogether so you stop thinking about it. Or you're overwhelmed with emotion, so you're not thinking clearly, and you need to meditate to calm down so that you think clearly. Either way they're directing you, I feel like you would know. Like, this is putting self-love into yourself. This is your intuition telling you that you've been neglecting yourself, that you have needs, that you need a break, or that you're overthinking something. Warning bells are going off in the inner system. You should be listening to them, following that intuition. If your body is telling you that you need more sleep, go to bed earlier. If your body is saying you need to get up and go for a walk, I love taking walks when meditation. Like, I have a hard time meditating. Like, meditating isn't very relaxing for me. It's actually pretty stressful for me to be still. So if you're like a person like me, I always think better when I'm just walking in nature by myself in the middle of fucking nowhere. Me, myself, and I in here having a chat with the trees. I'm not talking out loud. Sometimes I do. I don't give a shit. Middle of the woods. Hello! Anybody? I do shit like that just to see if anyone would be like, what? I'd be like, oh shit. Like a hunter or something. But anyway, I just feel like that's the advice. Like, my throat chakras, maybe you're having a difficult time speaking. But it's like, I think with this meditate and take a walk, it's you're so, like, stuck in your mind. For some people, I feel like this is like, what do I do about this situation? And and the other group is like, where do I go from here? I'm not sure which end you are on. I'm sure we'll get more in the reading. Let's do some channeled cards. These are like quotes and sayings, like proverbs and stuff that will help me figure out what you need to know, some advice for you. What's going on for the collective? Any advice that we can give to help them in their lives? I haven't used these in a while, so I'm going to make sure all the energy's off. Worrying about the problem has never been a useful solution. All worry does is kick up fear and anxiety, and it makes it so much harder on you. Instead, zen out and breathe. Center and take it day by day. Stop letting worry eat at you. They're so fucking good. This is like everything they just literally said. Well, okay, that popped too. Clear your energy field. So maybe you have some like bad people, bad energies around you. So worrying, self-love helps you. Some of you out there, by self-loving, you're giving yourself a task to take your mind off of something. Worrying about the problem has never been a useful solution. When I said you're up in your mind, they're backing it up. All worry does is kick up fear and anxiety. This is what they're talking about with your anxiety. It's like you can't sleep, you're restless. If you can't sleep, get up and go for a walk. If your mind won't shut up, get up and go for a walk. Sometimes I do that late at night. I don't give a shit what time it is. I would, like when I had my dog, I'd just grab my dog and go. You know what I mean? Now I just go by myself. But who says you're too old or too unqualified to go after that dream job? Try and see what happens. You never know unless you do it. So some of you are thinking about changing careers, and some of you, this isn't about a job. This is about changing like a lifestyle, like going from married to single, or dating to single, or single to dating, and single to engaged, or dating to engaged. I mean, it could be like a bigger, you just want to switch it up. I feel like change is very much needed for you. You want change, you have all this anxiety, maybe change itself is what is giving you the anxiety, perhaps. My throat chakra is tightening. It's like, I don't know if you can't say, or if like there's a reason why you can't say something and it's bothering you, or getting your feelings out, or say, like the thought of you getting it out of your mouth might be giving you anxiety. Wake up now. You're in denial about the situation you're in. You're not seeing the truth. You're not seeing it's bad for you, and you need to. Some of you are in very toxic situations, like family relationship, friendships, business partnerships, or relationships. Spirit is saying, wake up. You know, you've been feeling it. Your intuition's been going off. This person could be giving you the anxiety. This thing could be giving you the anxiety. And Spirit could be like, wake up. Look at what it's doing to your life. Stress causes havoc on your body. You don't need to live this way. Oh my God, my throat chakra. Who says you're... Oh my God, it came out again. Who says you're too old or too unqualified to go after that dream? It's like, go for that thing, go for that job, person, change. Like, change is very much needed in your life. Everything about you is craving change. You're a little hot-headed lately. You need to cool down and think about what is wrong and what you need. You're letting anger dictate you. You might be like fighting with people or fighting for things that are getting you nowhere, and it's leading to this frustration because Spirit's trying to tell you these are the things that need to drop away, and you're continuously putting effort and energy into things that are dead, as in they're bad for you, as in they're knocking you off your path, or these people are using you for something, or there's some reason why Spirit wants to direct you away from something, someone. Follow that intuition. I feel like the more you've been fighting, and the more you fight, the more shitty you feel. That's another clue in itself. If things aren't, oh my God, hiccups, aren't improving, and you're just feeling horribly worse day after day after day after day, and it's just getting worse, and it's just getting worse, and like no matter what you do, it like backfires in your face, even if it's good for a second, and it goes right back to being shitty. Those are signs. And I am not judging you. I ignored signs for 15 years. Hit me every day in the face. This person is so bad for you. This person is so bad for you. And I mean, maybe his intuition was going off for that, for him. Like, he could have been fighting it too. Like, everybody has a karmic. Although he was my karmic, I was also his karmic. So if you are frustrated with your karmic partner and you're in the process of getting out of that situation, I just feel like I'm being led to remind you is that you are also somebody's karmic too. Even if they fucked you over, even if they screwed you over, you're still not the one that that person ends up with, and there is still a lesson. Like although we don't like to, like, it took me a minute to see this because I was mad. Like, when the first part of the breakup happens, like, I was very, I just feel like this is relevant for you. When you're in, like, a very toxic situation, I got so used to just shutting myself down that, like, I just became a version of myself in a natural defense. I was very defensive. Like, I was afraid to laugh or show emotion or be too happy because that would lead to, like, a spiritual attack, or, like, I just was in a very oppressive state, a very oppressive mindset, and because of it, I was cold. And, like, as I was healing, like, I would never be that way to someone now because I'm not in that oppressive, like, everything about that situation, like, right, wrong, and different, I felt like a slave. Like, and yes, that's my own fault for putting my own self in that situation, but it's not my fault for the way, I was treated or spoke to, and it's not your fault for the reason why you turn cold. That comes from pain. That's like a natural defense that somebody has when they're traumatized. You always keep them, once they hurt you, once they traumatize you, you're always going to keep them at arm's length. There is not going to be a drop of that shield of, I never let him in. I was too afraid to. It was like one hand on their forehead. For however long your arm is, that's how you're always keeping them away. That's a clue about a relationship that needs to die. The fact that I could never drop my arm off that person's forehead. I never trusted, because I knew that as soon as I took my hand off, I was going to suffer. I was going to end up bad in the situation. This person was toxic. This thing was toxic. I could sit here and be mad at him all day for all the shitty, fucked up things I feel he did to me, but that isn't helpful to me or my journey. That's what a karmic is. They sit there in that anger. They sit there in that frustration, and they don't bother to learn the lesson from it. So Spirit's like, you are not a karmic person, but you're sitting here in this karmic energy, and That I did too. Like, I couldn't, like, yes, I don't think leaving the person was hard. Because by the time I left, it was a relief. But, like, when I was still in the relationship and the relationship was dying, my heart was breaking too. So I understand that although there is anger in karmic situations, you still fight for relationships to make it. I did that for 15 years. I kept justifying it to myself. And again, this could be your boss. This could be your relationship with your job. It does not have to be a lover. If you feel oppressed, if you feel constant stress, like to the determinant of your own health and your own physical well-being, that is a karmic person, that is a karmic situation. You need to step back like I did, no matter how much time it takes you, and just see, okay, I was a very, like, it took a long time for me to see, like, I really was a cold bitch, but I had to be. Like, I couldn't tell him how much money I had. I couldn't be happy. Like, and that was like another thing, like, I feel like your situation is like that. It's like you have to have yourself in check all the time. And if it's not a person, it's like a job, or like maybe you're in charge, so you, like, everybody's looking at you, so you always have to have your shit together, which is extremely frustrating. But that, I just feel that energy. Like, I don't like talking about my own shit, like in relationships and stuff. One, because the asshole still watches my channel, but I don't really give a shit. Like, this is important for you. Like, you don't have to realize your wrongs to nitpick yourself. That isn't the point of it. The point of it is, I know I was cold and mean, and I had to be, but I had to learn how to dead that, so that the next person I date doesn't get that, you know, it wouldn't be fair. They're not putting me in that stressive, oppressive situation. So I had to, Spirit had to make me see so that I could be ready for something else. And I feel like this is what you're being called to do. It's like, it's really fucking hard to see your side of it, but we all have a side of it. We all, like, in an argument, we all say hurtful shit. Like, nobody's a fucking saint. Like, somebody said something, somebody does something, even if it's one time compared to 50 million, it doesn't matter. This is my birthstone, actually. Peridot. So you could be born in August. That could be relevant here. But it says well-being, attracting money, good luck charm, and healing heartbreak. Exactly. That the healing heartbreak is for you. This is like exactly what I'm saying. This is like a boss that treats you like shit and gave the promotion to someone else after years of work. Or this is a lover that's just, maybe it was like me, but without the, like, let me explain. Like, when he came into the room, blank face. I wouldn't smile. It was like, you know, I can't do it now because I'm too happy and I'm not in an oppressive state. But this is my point. I did not recognize how traumatized and how much PTSD that I got from that person until I was away from them for at least 6 months. Like, it took me 6 months of, like, living in a shell-shock state and, like, living with other people, like, my family members. Like, I did not know. I, like, had stupid things happen to me. Like, I always had to have the blinds shut. This person never wanted the sunlight in, and I was still doing that. Like, when I was living with my sister, I still felt like I had to, like, shut the blind. It's just, like, stupid shit. I'm just like, why are the blinds always shut? I like the sun. And I was like, I like the sun, too. Why am I doing that? I'm still living like I have to live. It's like, it was like prison mentality. Like, he was the warden, and I felt like it was just at some point easier to just do it their way, because any kind of rebel was a fight. And I feel like this is relevant for you. The more yourself you are, the more happy you are, the more on top you are. This person or this thing just shits all over you. They cannot, or it cannot handle any kind of goodness. That isn't someone who loves you. That isn't someone who's ride or die for you. Your success should never bother them if they're true to you. Golden topaz, faith, wise action, perseverance, and confidence. You need the confidence to, like, I remember distinctly, and this is again, I'm only talking about my shit because, one, I can relate it better to you because it's my own self, and two, I don't like to talk about other people and dread their shit into it, so I'm using my own shit. But anyway, I remember a specific point in the relationship. I was, like, in the shower crying. Like, God, I can't fucking do this anymore. Like, I don't know how. I don't know what I'm going to do because I was very attached to things and the 3D still. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get out of the situation? Like, how did I find myself here? Like, how did I ever think this person was right for me? And I was like, had this inner turmoil, and then, like, something would happen and he would be cool for a while. And I'm like, oh, you know, maybe it was just a rut. No, these are manipulative motherfuckers. It's like they know exactly when they're losing you and when to butter you up. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's the energy here. Again, this could be a boss, a family member, or a lover. I'm just feeling this is your therapy today. Like, one, see the karmic for who they are, but also see your karmic part in it so that you can understand why this is all folding the way it is. Why aren't you getting out of it? Even when I was still stuck in it, I knew why I wasn't getting out of it. I was attached to my stuff. I was attached to money. What was I going to do about I lost my dog, my fucking baby. My most prized fucking possession was the price of my fucking freedom, because that's the only thing that fucker knew mattered to me. I walked from everything. You can take everything. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, but I give a fuck about my dog. That was the one thing that person attacked, and still to this day, you know? And you got to recognize this. Look at what they go for. They go for the jugular. When you're up here, they want you down here. Notice this. This helps you heal, even if you're already out of the relationship. Notice how it made you feel, and then notice how you reacted. How did you make the situation better, and how did you make the situation worse? Not to make them seem less guilty, but so that you understand actions and behaviors and why people do things, so your next relationship, if that person ever tries to do that bullshit to you, no one will ever play me the fuck again, ever. Like, every red flag, I'm gonna cut you off at your motherfucking knees. I am out. This is what comes from learning life lessons and seeing the parts that you don't want to look at. The parts where you were nasty, when you were wrong, when you just added fuel to the fire instead of putting water. I wasn't a saint. I ripped into that motherfucker, especially after losing my babies and being alone in it. I'm a mouthy motherfucker. You can imagine the shit. Like, it's not like I was ever weak. I was never spineless. But when it came to feeling like this is what it's so easy to just say narcissistic. I mean, I feel like all people like this are narcissists, but it goes deeper than that. Because there are narcissists that don't really hurt people. They're just kind of alone because they can't keep friends because they're just too concentrated on themselves, but they're not out here like using people and stealing money, but they're still narcissistic. I'm talking about the people who are narcissistic, and like that's never enough. It's always about taking, whether that's taking your pride, your self-esteem, your money, your worth, and this person did all of that to me. In my perspective and my feelings and how I look at the relationship, to me, again, I feel it was abusive. And I feel like this is something that took me forever just to get out of my mouth. And I think you need to do that too. Like, men, I feel like majority, this is for men. Like, men, you can be abused too. Like, there's women out here that fucking play and do dirty shit too. Like, they cheat on you, they lie to you, and you're like, I feel like it's not as prevalent. I mean, I guess there's always like drama about baby daddies, but like all women are always like, oh, he cheated on me, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I feel like there's more women that do that than, but there's so many men out there that get cheated on too. It's like, I just feel like you're very in your mind with this air energy. And I think this is why you're going over it. It's like spirit's like trying to make you see those points. Like, this person did this. They went for my jugular when they could have done this. Well, there's proof that they didn't love me. But then I reacted like this when I should have done this, but I didn't do this. Why did I do? It's like pieces. Like, you're just analyzing it like it's like a moving roller coaster. Like, every bit of a fight, every bit of your relationship, it's like snippets passing you by. Sometimes you're reliving the same one. You're just so in your mental space that it's literally eating you up. But this is also, again, you might be having, if you're around this karmic, you're not ever going to free your mind and your space. Yeah. Oh my God. If you, like, step one, get the fuck away from the karmic. You can't live with this person. You can't be around this person. You're gonna, like, especially some of them out there might be doing spell work. I don't really dig that. I don't really get into that stuff. But I kind of feel that energy here. I feel spell work. I don't do spells, but I feel it because I work in demonology, and my angels, like, they always tell me when demonic shit is at play. And for some of you, I feel like this person, like, it's not going to be true. I feel like this is for one very specific person. Like, I don't know if you ever, like, went to a graveyard with this person, or if there's, like, jars of dirt. This happened to me, too. Maybe that's why they're showing it to me. It's like every couple of years, you know, all these witchcraft books come out, and they're, like, #1 bestsellers, and they promote all these spells, and then I have to do, like, all this help for other people, and it's like continuously the same thing because of these fucking new books. And I swear to God, like, graveyard dirt is like a new thing. Like, first of all, I do readings in the graveyard, but I would never take nothing from a graveyard. Nope. Unless you find, like, I found two acorns that were stuck together, which is extremely rare in the graveyard, and I took that because it was extremely rare, and I just felt, like, holy about it. But it's the same as grave robbing. If you take someone's dirt where their body lays, you think spirits take kindly. Even if you know the person, if you're taking their dirt and you're using their dirt to do magic on someone else, that spirit's coming for you. I don't care if it's your mom, if it's your dad. The other side, when you're crossed over and someone does evil, you do not ever approve or stand for it. I don't care if that person killed someone in your family line. You don't do evil. You don't get supported on the other side, and only from evil do you get supported for doing evil. Your own family will walk from you. They will stop being your guides if you are dark. And they are not. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying, like, just in general, there's so much, like, misconceptions, and all these people are getting sucked into all these books, and they don't understand. They don't understand what it does, and then people like me have to come in. Like, it's getting to the point where I'm not helping people that do the magic. I won't help you. First of all, I can't save everybody. And secondly, you need to learn that karma. And every time I help someone with spell work, innocent or guilty, I get shit for it. I have to ask my guides for protection. I'm thankful to them. But I go through shit too. Like, you need to get away from this karmic, and I'm getting frustrated, and this is what it does. This is why you are so emotion magic. I know that people are like, oh, I'm telling you, man, like, nobody has any power to actually do any shit, but when you put stuff in the ether, the evil gets to do what the fuck evil wants to do. They don't give a shit about human beings. You're putting something out in the ether, and evil's like, ooh. They come for you, and they come for the other person. That's what people don't get. They always come for you. You're not, like, even if you give them what they want, you are on their fucking radar. And they know you play for the dark team. The dark is the most cutthroat, conniving, manipulative. You know. If you know, you know. I'm not going to get into it. Just saying out there, if you are the ones doing magic, do not ever ask me to help you. I'm going to know you did it, and I'm going to tell you no. Ask God. Ask someone else. I need to focus on the ones you hurt, like my collective and this reading. Like, this is why I'm getting frustrated. It's like, no, I'm frustrated for you. It's annoying to be going through heartache and hurt, and this is what happened to me. They emotionally manipulated through magic too. I have gifts. I can protect myself, but when I'm hurt and I'm heartbroken, I have vulnerabilities. I have weakness. I am human, and they can sneak in. They can sneak in when I'm sleeping. I'm a badass motherfucker. I am highly protected, and they still get swipes in. Like, no one is 100% protected from evil. It is always 100% my choice to go in and help someone at the detriment of my own self. And then for all the people out there, whether you're in my collective or doing this, if you knew, like, people are afraid to be addicts because of what withdrawal is going to be like, or addicts are afraid to give up drugs because of withdrawal. You should be afraid of your fight to get that evil off of you, because some people, majority of people, do not live. They will take your soul. That shit is real. Don't fuck with it. Don't play with it. Don't touch none of it. I don't give a fuck if you're 16 or if you're 56. The consequences are the same, whether you know what you're doing or whether you don't know what you're doing. You are on their radar. They will come for you. They will come for you and come for you and come for you. It takes somebody of God, of cloth, to stand up for you. And even then, it's not enough if you are the one doing magic. If you are the one that casted evil, you need one of God's chosen to ask God to help you. Or for you to say it yourself. If you're alone, they will help you. If you call to the angels, but they know your heart. And they know when you're calling for help, because like if you wait for the last second to call for help, if you've been warned and you've been warned and you've been warned and you've been warned and you kept doing it and your life is in peril, you can beg God and you can beg God and you can beg God, and He will not help you after a certain point of you ignoring, and you keep doing evil and you keep doing evil like you're doing to my collective here. How many times does Spirit have to check you for bad things to happen in your life before you get it? Because they will keep going. The only thing in this life that you need to fear is God's wrath. God put you on this earth. I don't care if you believe in Him or not, or whatever you call Him. That is His soul in your flesh suit. And if He don't want you on this earth, bye. Nobody can help you. And it's 0 dark 30, and we're in a dangerous motherfucking time. And He's waking His angels up on this earth to fight people like you. Evil fuckers. Not you, my collective. This is a PSA for all of you being spiritually attacked. I'm speaking to the ones doing it. For all the people like you, my viewer, are getting it. This is why I'm getting angry for you, and I'm like, if people knew the true consequences, nobody would do evil. This is what's so frustrating to me. Your past supports your future. So past decisions, past seeds you planted, or whatever was going on with you before this karmic situation or person came into your life, that's yours. That means your spiritual gifts, your talents, this person ain't gonna be able to fuck with it. Not magically, not physically. Follow through. You need to get out of this. I don't know if it's a person, it's a job, whatever. I had to, I know I had a forced tower, but I could have just stayed and kept batting my head against a wall, and I could have not progressed. I could have not done the healing work, and I could have not gotten myself out of a really sticky situation. I could have been defeated, and I could have went to the dark side. This is your choice. Spirit's like, no, rise, boo-boo, like a phoenix. Fuck these haterators. Well, Jesus doesn't say fuck these haterators, but you feel me. You feel me. It's about change. You want change. You have to put the momentum in it. Spirit can only do so much. And if you are putting the momentum in it, please know that you are protected. And trust that. And even if it's taking some time for you to get out, you are going to get out. Accept and receive and create alchemy. Accept and receive responsibility, and like I said, seeing your actions and their actions and just seeing the lesson. It's not about who's right, who's more wrong, who did this. It's not about nitpicking. It's not about, letting anybody off the hook, even yourself. It's the lesson, so that you don't make that mistake again, as in picking the same job or the same person or reacting the same venomous way you used to react. We as people are going to continuously fuck up, and we're going to continuously learn from it. We get better, and then we get worse. Get better, and then we get worse. We're a work in progress for a reason. We are here, everybody fucks up. Everybody chooses wrong. Everybody's a dick. Everybody's good. Everybody chooses right. Just flip the date, because it's going to, move around. The point is not to let it destroy you on the inside and eat your brains. But I really feel like this alchemy is don't have sex with people. Sex magic is a real thing. If you notice, when you're away from them, it doesn't feel right, and when you're around them all the time and you get caught up in your emotions, that could be sex magic. Again, this is not for all of you. Not everybody out there is doing hoodoo-y stuff, okay? It's going to resonate with you if it's true. I just need to speak about the truth about magic. whoever prints these books, like, you're so fucking irresponsible. Like, I wish we could go back to the way it was. Like, when you were a real pagan and a real witch, you didn't fucking... You learned from the person in your life that was one. And whatever they made as a book. Like, don't mass produce this fucking bullshit, because people like me never get a day off. Because they don't understand what the fuck they're getting themselves into. It's annoying. Like, people are like, oh, I just played Ouija board. I was just doing it for fun. Or I just wanted to go in a haunted house to see what would happen. And you don't protect yourself, things will follow you home. Like, everybody thinks it's not real until it's real. And then you ain't got nobody, and you gotta hope someone like me finds you. Like, more people die from spirits than cancer. I wish people knew. Mysterious deaths? How many mysterious deaths in this country a year? Somebody could find that out. Put it in the comments. Because I bet you they're all spiritual shit. Unstick the stuck. Yeah, you're stuck in a karmic situation. You gotta get out. No one can do it but you, boo-boo. Spirit's been telling you, and they've been telling you, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just feeling like I need to be bossy with you. This is the collective people that have been coming to my table with this horrible fucking karmic. I don't know who it is, but I've been saying about this for over a year now. How many times, like, I love you to death, you're my collective. I'm probably going to lose some followers for this, but I want to get off this track to help my other collective. You have... I can't help you anymore. If you're not going to get out of your situation, please stop watching my readings. Because I'm getting the same narrative and you're not progressing. And it's like holding up my collective. Like, why can't you leave the situation? Do they, like, do you have kids? Like, are you married? Like, how long? Because this is why I'm frustrated with you. And here you know you want to leave. You might even be making plans to leave mentally and how you're going to do it, but you're not taking action and you're not speaking your truth. You're either playing a part and you're pretending and you're doing all this side business, which is karmic-y shit. And you're going to get bad karma, even if it's getting out for the right reasons. Now, with that said, if this person is conniving and you have to be sneaky, you know, to keep your kids and shit, there is no rules when you're fighting for your babies. So, I defer for that. But like anything else, nothing is worth this shit. Like, this person is affecting your health. They're doing magic on you. Your house is being haunted. Like, this is the same fucking shit that keeps coming back. And then I gotta deal with it for 2 days because it comes to my home. Like, I've been trying to help. Again, I'm sorry, this is not for everybody. I'm enough now. Like, I don't want to help anymore. I'm cutting this reading here. I'll do another reading, but this week, but I had 4 more decks. Like, I can't. This is why I'm losing subscribers, because I'm talking to the same group that are literally not progressing. I don't know how else to help you. Yeah. This is me telling you. Please stop. Like, if this is hidden home, like, I'm willing to lose 1 subscriber so that the rest of my collective can get their messages. Because you're literally eating my table. And you're not changing a thing. So I feel like you're the fucking karmic. I feel like you're the one doing the magic. I feel like you're doing the nasty, conniving thing, pretending to be the innocent person. I'm actually talking to your person. Or this is a cross watcher. I don't really know what's going on here. you guys know what I mean. Like, if you've been watching my channel, how many times have I been saying, like, you're in the process of getting a divorce. This person is doing magic on you. Like, it's the same fucking narrative, and even I'm sick of it too. But I have to read what the cards say. So please, if this is you, Karmic, stop watching my channel. Spirit guides, angels, ancestral beings, for the one who's doing the dark magic, if they watch my channel, make it known that they are not to mess with me, as a lesson and not harm. Please and thank you. And don't allow them to watch my channel anymore. And for all of the people that they are doing magic against, please shield and cloak them and protect them with your light, and send it back ×3 so that they learn to be a better, more high vibrational person and learn from their evil ways. And if this is the person who is in a karmic situation and they cannot muster the strength to leave, please give them the strength or direct them to another reader, because I can't, Spirit. I have other people to help. Alright, I'm going to cut this and do a different one. I'm sorry. I get frustrated too, because how many times do you guys like, oh, sounds like the last reading. I know. I know. I'm trying to get off of it too. I love you guys. For all the people not doing karmic-y shit, even for the ones who are doing karmic-y shit, I love you too. Everybody's a broken version of themselves. But damn, I don't want to deal with your shit no more. Neither does my collective. See you all soon. 2 cents. I love you guys. I'm about to probably lose mad subscribers, but that's the fucking truth. Maybe my numbers will go up by getting rid of this karmic energy eventually. Like, I'm willing to drop a few if they're evil-eyeing this collective and me, you know? Like, shit or get off the pot, bro, lady. I don't know what else to say. Nothing like.